At the convergence of the Ohio, Allegheny, and Monongahela rivers, we're in the football town of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania at Acrisure Stadium. Today, a battle out of the AFC between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Welcome, head coach Mike McCarthy, and your defending AFC North Pittsburgh.
On the Bengals sideline, that's head coach Zach Taylor. His side unable to make it 2-0 to start the year, dropping their game last week. Across the field on the other sideline, Steelers head coach Mike McCarthy. His guys mired in a losing streak, hoping a trip home is going to help them snap out of it. Kate Scott and Brock Hewitt on the call. Here's Chris Boswell to do the honors. And that one is going to go out of bounds. Wow, they're going to get great field position out of this. So a rarity for anyone playing penalty bingo. It's a kickoff out of bounds and some great field position starting out. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Burrow back to throw. Looking to his fullback now. And his effort after the catch gets him up near that marker. Gain of 9, Brock gets 2nd down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
He's going to be hauled to the ground with a 1st down in tow, Brock. Give him 9 on that play. Well, they certainly needed to make some adjustments from last week, Brock. But one thing they didn't need to adjust, they just needed to emphasize again, was his involvement.
And as good as he was in that game, Kate, couldn't get the win, so you know what he wants. More.
Gets it to his man, Mike Gesicki. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Tight ends will eat up every one of those opportunities to show and prove they can be chain movers as well. Even as they get more and more recognition in this league, they're still constantly working to prove that they're playmakers too.
We're ready to go with it, so he's just going to throw this one away.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
The 2nd down throw from Burrow. Catch made by Chase Brown. So a solid gain there, Brock, but still 3rd down and short that they've got to figure out now as they pick up 9 on that previous play. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. They got 9 on their last play, Brock, so just a final yard now to go here on 3rd down. Now put one of the tight ends in motion. 3rd down, gives to Brown. And this defense is going to win this round. They hold strong there in the middle, get him down right at the line. 4th down coming up. On 4th down, out comes the Bengals field goal team and Evan McPherson. This is a 35-yard look from the right hand. McPherson's kick is good. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
Maybe just a little disappointing with that good field position that it didn't yield a touchdown, but they moved the ball well. And he got 3 on that scoreboard.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Dante Kent with the return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. Nice effort here. They're going to tackle him just shy of the 35. So here are the Steelers now, taking over for the first time. They're going to be let out by someone possibly playing his final NFL season. Still going in his early 40s. It is Aaron Rodgers.
Hey, it's very easy for me to use all these psychological cliches, Kate, right? Got to flush it. You got to play one play at a time. You got to flush last week's 5-interception performance, but the reality is you got to be in the moment. You can't even be thinking about last week. You got to think about every play, guard that ball with everything you got, and most importantly, help your team find a W.
One play in, Brock in his drive is already in enemy territory.
45-yard line.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's taken down, but he's got it to the 29. A pickup of 17. And a fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
That's another Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Here's Rodgers. Oh, he's headed for the ground. They get him at the 35. And it's Joey Bosa. Their first sack here after they had 4 and that loss last week. Expect the defense to be coming again here after that sack. It is 2nd and 16. Shotgun give now to Dowdle. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. Well, he's got his early highlights, Brock, but you know he wants to add a few more to that reel before this game wraps up.
There's no question about that. You want to get that century mark. That's a number that running backs are proud of, and stacking runs like that will sure help.
It's Warren on 3rd down. There's the stop. Looks to be about 7 yards on that play. He's good for a Pittsburgh first down. Okay, so they sent the blitz, but it almost seemed to backfire there, Brock. They ran through it for a pretty nice game.
Yeah, because there's a little boom or bust,
yeah.
right? Is an offense, as a QB, if you see that and run away from the blitz, it can be effective like it was there.
Rose caught. And in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Michael Pittman Jr., a 17-yard score. And finally, Brock, showing a little spark that they have lacked so far in weeks 1 and 2 as they get their first points in pursuit of that first win.
Playing like a team who knows this is a true must-win. And I know before you scream at the television that must-wins are only late in the year. Remember, only 6 teams have made the playoffs after an 0-3 start, and only one, checked notes, the 2018 Texans have done it this century.
Yeah, so pipe down. That's no good. The veteran mishits one rather surprisingly, and they leave a point after on the table.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Well, probably still thinking about that missed extra point, partner, but he's got to move past it quick as he gets forward to send this one away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. The Bengals headed back out there offensively, Brock. So let's take a look at their offensive coordinator, Dan Pitcher, who's helping oversee this group. Pitcher's in his 3rd season now as the Bengals coordinator and has been with the team as an offensive assistant since back in 2016. Here we go. And bring the tight end left. Looking to throw, Burrow. A quick slant. Here's Gesicki. And he turns the shallow catch into something more. Give him 8 yards. That sets up 2nd and short. Here's the numbers from a week ago from Gesicki. 4 catches, 61 yards. Great start on that first down. Only need 2 here on 2nd. Now a shotgun handoff to Brown. They're going to slow him up here after 4, maybe 5 yards. And that's going to be good for a Bengals first down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Going to the ground again on first. He'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4. Showing some patience in their ground game early here, Brock, continuing to feed their guy despite the lack of results so far.
I know this will sound kind of silly, but you've got to run the ball to run the ball. And what I mean by that, there's no way to get this run game going is unless you continue to give him the rock to try to warm it up. Gosh, you could just almost feel his eyes up here, Kate, getting huge, right? He was envisioning the return, and he simply dropped it. Got to secure that pick before you think of anything else.
He'll air it out on 3rd. Contact is made. He's hit and dropped back across midfield to the 44. Cameron Hayward. And that forces 4th and 14.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, It can be just one heck of a deflating feeling for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
The Steeler offense out and ready to go for their second drive. They aren't even quite sure what this team is going to settle in as this season, Brock, but already this is an important contest for them that could have postseason implications down the line. On the counter, Dowdle. And this defense bringing the hammer down, driving him backwards through the 9. Ooh, talk about a bad look there, Brock. Going jumbo set and still moving backwards after that play.
I don't think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Yeah, good point, good point. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they bring him down here at about the 13-yard line. That'll be the end of one in this AFC North battle. We've got a 6-3 ball game. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. Second quarter, all queued up and ready to go. It's Steeler football. They start out with a 3rd and 9. Rodgers will look to throw. That's complete to the rookie out of Alabama. And they're going to have the first down here as that play breaks off for about 19 yards.
You just love that kind of execution because it's able to make an impact, Kate, beyond simply getting the first down. That yardage really sets them up now to be aggressive with a new set of downs.
Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Throwing on second, Rodgers. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be hit almost immediately after making the catch. This is going to be about a 6-yard pickup.
We get a lot of credit to receivers, and rightfully so, Kate, for them going into coverage and making a catch. I don't think we give enough credit to tight ends. I know they're big, I know they're physical, but to go into double coverage, take that contact, and come away with the catch, that's a big-time effort.
Shoves one away. This finds its target. That's Metcalf. And give him the first down. Winds up with about 6 on that play before he stopped. Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Now Rodgers. What a difference a play makes. This one not working out in their favor. He's hauled to the ground. Jonathan Allen. And that will now make it 2nd and 20 to go.
At the 33-yard line.
Rodgers to throw. He's hit again, but this time he gets the pass off. So quickly falls to the ground, incomplete. It's going to bring up 3rd down. Well, he's been perfect to that point on the drive, Brock. First time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right? And I look at it through those optics so much. But it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground to knock them out of that rhythm.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down. Now here's Rodgers. Hauled in by Bernard, left side. And he needed just a little bit more, didn't he? Got most of it, but the stop is made in time, so it is 4th down.
But it leads to 4th down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Going for it with Warren. And the defense escapes. And a nice drive going, but the defense gets off the field by forcing that turnover on downs.
I love aggressive defenses, and a blitz on 4th down's a gutsy call. But it can work against the pass, or in that case, against the run. Good luck running for the sticks when you've got a whole defense crashing the line of scrimmage off the snap.
The Cincinnati offense headed out now. And it's an interesting game for both they and their rivals across from them, Brock, getting a key division matchup so early in this season. Burrow to the air now. This is hauled in by T. Higgins. And brought to the ground as they hit him big on that play, Brock. It looks like they're marking the game at about 25 yards.
From a great throw to a nice route catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
From the gun, a give to Brown. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Holding offense.
Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard.
Gun.
Throwing is Burrow. Completed over the middle. And he gets a gain of 9, and that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Eight yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Burrow setting the throw. And the Russians going to win this rep. They get to it. That's T.J. Watt. And that means it is now 3rd and 16 to go. Now Burrow. Oh, he's going to run for it. And to the ground he goes, sliding to a stop well short here. And that's going to bring up 4th down. The Steelers calling their first time out as they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. Evan McPherson on for the Bengals field goal. First field goal was good. His 2nd look from inside of 45 yards. McPherson's kick is good. And it'll knock this game up late in the 2nd quarter.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. And it looks like he's going to opt not to bring this one out. So they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 35. The Steelers and running back Rico Dowdle back out now. They liked how that drive was going, but the NG and the turnover on downs, yeah, that's something they'll try to rewrite on this series. Rodgers set to pass. It's caught right side by Freiermuth. This is going to be run out of bounds. But he goes for about 16 before he stepped out. And that's going to give the Steelers the first down. One play in, Brock, and his drive is already in enemy territory.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
To throw is Rodgers. Had it for a moment, but the hit jars it loose. Fortunate, Brock, that it did too, because that would have been a big strike otherwise. Instead, just 2nd down. To throw, Rodgers. To the outside, that's Freiermuth. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And the Steelers have a first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Rodgers, 1st and 10. And he is now 8 of 10 after that last completion. A quick throw completed out to the left. We'll take this ahead to the 34-yard line. Kyle Duggar hauling him down. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its 2nd timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
34-yard line.
Just a yard on that catch, so 2nd and 9 coming up. Throwing again, Rodgers. Tackle made at the 10, 1st and goal coming up. Double coverage deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but at least so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. From the red zone now. And this one's going to end up incomplete. Just too tough to hang on through that contact. It's going to make it 2nd and goal.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, well, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
Rodgers to throw, 2nd down. And this is going to end up an incomplete pass, partner, so that brings up 3rd down.
Kate, I think that's a little taster, a little entree of what's to come for this wide receiver. He's going to have to make some plays into some contested coverages, and he couldn't do it right there.
3rd and long for him here. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Harrison Smith with the INT. And the Bengals make the defensive stand and come through with a turnover in the final moments of the half. Well, they were thinking at least a field goal on the drive if they couldn't reach the end zone, right? But the interception keeps them from even getting 3 out of this possession.
You really hope at the end of this game you don't look back and go, shoulda, woulda, coulda. If we could have gotten some points out of that drive early, we wouldn't be in the situation we are in now.
It's a game of 5. Brings up 2nd.
Working on 2nd down. Burrow. And put everything he's got behind it. That's cut at the 25. And they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal here from the 7. So we're all knotted up here at the half, Brock, as we send this over to our buddy Scott Hansen, who's got our halftime report. Scott?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Our trip around the NFL starts now at Lambeau Field in Green Bay. The Packers at
Something's got to be the difference maker here in half number 2. We'll see what it is as we're up and running once again. This makes it up to the 25. The Steelers and running back Rico Dowdle back out now. And they could take control of the 2nd half early, Brock, if they break the tie on this opening drive. Pittsburgh offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10. Start on the ground. Dowdle. Taken down finally to curtail the damage, but still 22 yards on that pickup. And that is going to be good for a Steelers 1st down.
That's good for a Steelers 1st down.
On the ground again with Dowdle. And he's going to win the lone yard on that drive up the gut. Tackle made by Jawan Bentley. Man, great read by the defense there. They attacked and they found that runner quick.
You look up run blitz by a linebacker,
yeah.
That is in the dictionary right there.
There it is. This is Dowdle on 2nd down. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Only a couple yards there, and now it's 3rd and 7.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Here's Rodgers. This is Metcalf working that right side. And they're going to take him down just short of that marker in that range. Might we see them go for this 4th down?
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that third down?
They'll go for it. Rodgers. He finds him beyond the marker. He finds space, middle of the field. And he gets home. Touchdown, Steelers. Jeremy Bernard with his first NFL touchdown. Boswell to add the PAT. And this one, thankfully, not off the mark, because this one is up and through.
Steelers 13, Bengals 6.
Now Boswell on to send this away. He's going to field this at the 2. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
The
Bengals headed back out there offensively, Brock. So let's look at their offensive coordinator, Dan Pitcher, who's helping oversee this group. He's got his group ready, now focused on what the first few plays of this drive are going to hold. Cincinnati into formation. It's 1st and 10. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. Great start on that first down. Only need 2 here on second.
At the 28-yard line.
Brown on the inside give. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
Well, that's just about textbook defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight, the numbers were up, and then the bodies were there to stuff that run before it could get going.
3rd and short, it's Burrow. Has him on the quick hitter. This does not get it. Looking short field, but the defender is there to force this 4th down.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
And it ends up a good return for him, up past their own 40. Following the play, we have an injured Steeler. The training staff out there to check on him as we take a pause.
41-yard line.
First and 10, offense going 3 tight ends to the left. Here's the give to Dowdle. And he'll be stopped after just about a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Here's Dowdle again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of 2 follows up a gain of 1, and now they're left with 3rd and 7.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Rodgers will look to throw. That finds Pittman, complete. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
We call 3rd downs money downs for a reason, Kate, because it takes everybody offensively to cash in. Excellent protection, set the table for the QB to get the completion and the yards necessary.
First and 10. Here's a run to Dowdle. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Well, we've talked about this before, Brock. Been thinking simple but effective. We'll stop getting it to this guy when you find a way to stop him, and they have yet to do that today.
You know, there's just certain things up in this booth that I love. I think you could feel it emanating from me. And one of them is when you impose your will, and you don't back away from it. If they can't stop it, run it right at them.
On 2nd down, Warren. This one stopped. Play gains about 6 yards. And that is good for a Pittsburgh 1st down. keeping the tempo with some hurry-up offense.
Good for the Steelers. First down. First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
On first, it's one again. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Making the tackle there, Joey Bosa. Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. And they just get the play off. And as that one winds up incomplete, it brings us to the end of the third quarter. We'll see what they come up with for third down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's the Steelers with the ball. They are leading, but not by a lot. So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Now here's Rodgers. The throw left side finds Freiermuth. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal. This game has already been a good one for him, Brock. And hey, there's still time. He could add on even more.
And you just feel his aggressive mindset all game long. As long as there's time left, he's going to want to keep on firing and turn a good performance into a great one.
First and goal. Here's Dowdle. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
That sure looks like a terrific call after you dial it up, because the execution was awesome by everybody. You get that kind of run on 1st and goal, it sets the table for more success.
Dowdle again. And his defense standing tall. They keep him out of the end zone. Can't manage even a yard on 2nd and goal, and they'll have 3rd and goal from the 5.
That's twice now where runs have not gotten them into the end zone, but you kind of set yourself up. Actually, you've set yourself up really well for a little play action right here.
Now Rodgers on 3rd and goal. And got his man. That's a Pittsburgh touchdown. DK Metcalf capping an 11-play march to pay dirt. Boswell to add the PAT. That's no good. The veteran mishits one rather surprisingly, and they leave a point after on the table. So now after his 2nd missed point after the game, he's hoping to strike this one a little better as he kicks it away. Fielded at the 7. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Bengals and running back Chase Brown getting set to begin another drive here. And his performance has ailed against what has been a very stout defensive front. This hasn't been a contest to stack up there among his better showings, partner. They've made it real difficult to find any holes to hit, and there's been absolutely no space for him to work with. Fits it through the middle. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line.
It's a gain of 32. First down, Cincinnati.
Looking to throw, Burrow. He can run it. And Burrow gets enough for that first down and then smartly gets down to avoid the hit. Offense to the line fast.
16 yards. First down, Bengals.
Burrow back to throw. To the outside and brought in by Higgins. And he's going to be brought down before he can really do anything after that catch. So give him, it looks like about 7.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Steelers' 19-yard line.
On the pass now on 2nd down. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. That play picks up about 6 yards as he stopped. And it'll be first down Bengals.
And the Bengal first down.
Now Burrow. Has it down close. And stopped at the 1. All right, so they're going to have to get that final yard. They're going to have to earn it. First and goal. Burrow. And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. But now all eyes going to turn to those officials. We got to see if this flag is going to take it away.
Illegal touching. Offense.
Can't go out of bounds and be the first one to touch it coming back in. As they say, that is an easy call. Penalty drops him at the 1, so they've got a couple of shots left at it. It's 2nd and goal.
Can. Stop.
Running it after the penalty. Not able to make a push for that goal line. He's hit for a loss back at the 3.
Brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
11 empty.
Couldn't get the play off in time. We've arrived at our 2-minute warning. Bengals down by a very unlucky 13. Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for 3rd and goal.
Gun. Stop. Ready. Stop.
Here's Burrow. Throw left side, caught by Higgins. And across the line he goes. Touchdown, Bengals.
Touchdown,
T.
Cincinnati.
Higgins, his 3rd of the year. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. Returning it from the 4. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Steelers and Aaron Rodgers headed back out on offense. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. All right, Steelers to the line now. 1st and 10. Here's Dowdle straight up the middle. And he's going to be hauled down after a gain of about 7. It's 2nd down. Now whistles and a timeout taken quickly by the defense. 1:50 left to go.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 29-yard line.
From the gun, a run for Dowdle. And he's going to be just 1 step away from that 1st down. They haul him down near the 31.
He's brought down at the 31.
3rd and a lone yard coming up.
2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 1.
Shotgun give now to Dowdle. And it's going to be a win for the Steelers. He gets him the 1st, and they can run this clock out.
It's a gain of a yard.
Final timeout taken by the Bengals.
Steelers.
That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now.
At the 32-yard line.
Look at this, 3 tight ends to the right on this 1st and 10. They'll go with Dowdle on the run. And this is going to be just what this defense ordered. A great play to back these guys up, shift the momentum a little here in the 4th.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 31-yard line.
The inside give to Dowdle. He scraped together a few yards, but not much. 3rd down coming up. Working fast as the clock ticks towards 0.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 10.
Third down run with Dowdle. And this is not going to do the job. They don't even let him get back to the line. It's 4th down. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
So make a check in the win column for the Steelers. And they draw first blood against a division rival. They'll go on the road later this year with a chance at completing that season sweep. So that's it for us here. Brock Heward, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Pittsburgh.
This is the Abilities tab. Here you can see what abilities a player has and what effects they have in-game. Abilities have tiers and can be upgraded as player ratings improve.
visiting sideline, their head coach. These guys finally got in the win column last week following 2 straight losses to start the year. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready to show out in front of the home fans as they try to send them home happy at the end of this one. About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night primetime. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They're led out by the son of the Hall of Famer out of Colorado. It's Shedeur Sanders.
And he's been playing at an elite level here in this early half of the season. Tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide-open offense, and we'll see if he can keep a string of good games going right here.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. Here's Sanders. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy. And that takes us from second to third down. You look at this Steeler defense. And this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently second best in the NFL.
And this unit knows exactly.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. T.J. Watt, the all-pro, in there to take him down. On fourth down, Corey Bojorquez gets set to punt for Cleveland. Taken right on the 30. A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Here comes the Steelers offense led by none other than Aaron Rodgers, his 22nd and what he says is his final NFL season.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting.
And shedding him off, now open field. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, Pittsburgh.
They run again with Dowdle. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 19 carries, 95 yards.
Well, obviously he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
Well, this defense for the Browns, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Lightning speed that time for the corner. Marshawn Lattimore getting the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. It'll be just an 18-yard punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. To throw is Sanders. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Well, the gap man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
To throw now, here's Sanders. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. So they went 2 yards in the wrong direction on the last pass play, and now it's 3rd and 12. Sanders. They'll set up the screen for Spears. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. They will take over 1st and 10. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. Well, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
They run here with Dowdle. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. You look at this Browns defense. They enter play 1 from the bottom, number 31 in the league, Charles, against the run.
And that's been an Achilles heel for them all season long, being able to play against the run, being able to slow teams down. But it's not just that. When you give up big chunks of yardage in the running game, it also opens up the passing options for the team you're playing as well. So typically, when you don't play the run well, you're getting hit in all phases.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And certainly not the greatest of punts there. This will get out of bounds right at their own 40-yard line. Cleveland offense making their way out. Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
From the gun, it's Shador. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll run. This is Jalen Warren. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
You've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
3rd and 4. Rodgers going to throw. That's caught. It's a rookie from Alabama. And he will have a Steelers first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this 1st quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Here's Rodgers. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 37. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this 1st quarter. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 37-yard line. Throwing now is Rodgers. He'll take a shot for the end zone. That to the side. And I do believe this is going to line up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? So give 2 points to the defense. They were in hot pursuit there, and in the end, they force him out of bounds.
You just wondered how he was going to get out of this one, Brandon. We saw him painting himself into a corner, and finally has nowhere to go but out the side of the end zone.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
A running play, it's Dowdle.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. Here's a 2nd and 8 as they've got it as we resume action. On the run, it's Dowdle. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
He had to fight for every yard on that run, shook himself free of the tackle, and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible to something a little more advantageous.
Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. And the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away. Out of the gun to give to Spears.
And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
It's 3rd down and 12.
From the shotgun, Sanders.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to beat him away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it, changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing is Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
In a friendly bounce there, they will get excellent field position to start as this kicks out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. And here's a give to Spears. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Judkins going to run it out of the gun. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. The Browns on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So 3rd down. They need to get to the 28 for a first. Now Sanders. That's to the 2nd-year tight end, Harold Fannin. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the 1st down. Out is Carlson now for the Raider field goal. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. The kick by Carlson is good. So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a 1st down.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the 2nd half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Now Rodgers. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
To throw, it's Rodgers. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Set to punt. Here's Cameron Johnston. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, Scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now.
Play action. It's Sanders. There's a short one caught by Fannin.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it'll be second down.
At the 28-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up second and
Tillman going to go in motion right. Sanders to throw.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
It's now third down and 9 yards to go.
Throwing, Sanders.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
It's fourth down.
Now to try the field goal, here's Daniel Carlson. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. Carlson able to put this one through.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with Rodgers, this.
A final shot before half for Rodgers.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Steeler offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come, their first drive of the third quarter. And Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at the play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
At his 48-yard line, 8 yards on the pickup, brings up second and 2.
Now run straight ahead with Warren.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play.
A handoff for Warren. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
To throw is Rodgers.
A short one there to Freiermuth.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 32-yard line.
A gain of 14. First down, Pittsburgh.
On the give, it's Warren. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
A gain of 12. And a Steeler first down.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15.
Here's 2nd and 3.
At the 14-yard line. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now a run with Warren.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Now it's Rodgers. They set up the bubble screen. No gain on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and goal.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown.
Pat Freiermuth.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Steelers have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half.
And this is no good. It's a missed extra point. Boy, in a tight game, how important might that turn out to be here as the 2nd half rolls along? Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Now they get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter.
And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good 2nd half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Spears.
The result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime mix had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup.
And the Browns, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Off the play fake. Here's Sanders.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It's second down and 10.
Here we go. Crack all 80.
That's caught left side by Judy.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
From the gun on 3rd down, Sanders.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it, and they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line.
The Steelers' offense and running back Rico Dowdle headed back onto the field. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point.
And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Denzel Ward, the number 4 pick of the 2018 draft, making the tackle from his corner spot.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Now Rodgers. And that one knocked away and incomplete. Nice job defensively on what will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. And we're back now here in Cleveland. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Rodgers to throw. Malik Collins drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Here's Cameron Johnston now. On, we think, to punt, though he's faked it earlier, but he was unsuccessful. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Taken right around the 44. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10.
On the toss, it's Spears.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Here's Sanders.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And that will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. He'll return it from the 6. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. On play action, it's Rodgers. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away this timing.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. They begin with a quick throw out left. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it's 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 44-yard line.
Hand off to Spears. That's a pretty strong run there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Right back to Spears. Alex Highsmith there on the tackle.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Sanders. That is caught.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Browns have taken a 4th quarter lead.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 5. 5 plays there on that drive. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Steelers ready for their next possession. Well, the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back.
Rodgers going to throw.
This will be taken in by Michael Pittman.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes, we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Rodgers now to throw.
He'll find a man over the middle. It's Pittman.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
Nice, well-coached, a team that understands what's going on. They still have time to work the middle of the field as they just did there.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Now Rodgers.
He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle.
And they'll get this down to the 10.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Here we go, 1st and goal. Here's one. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow. Wow.
What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the fourth quarter.
And, partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
Back to throw, Rodgers. And no, incomplete. They can't convert. So they tried to bump the lead up to a field goal. Instead, it stays at 1 here in the fourth.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So now the Browns trailing 14-13, 53 ticks to go. Needing at least 40 yards, you'd have to think, to have a shot. Back to throw. Able to find Judy. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth.
First down. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
He's back to throw. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. They'll look to throw. That one's taken in by Spears. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. Back to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout. Final minute, no timeouts at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10. They throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining. What a kickoff to the week this has been. Now a big play. It's 3rd down. Out of the gun here, Sanders. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. They still need one completion for field goal range.
And just think about what they're going over in the huddle right now. Make the catch, get out of bounds. That's going to be tough to do. So make the catch, get up to the line of scrimmage, and clock it to have one last shot.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Rodgers will take a knee here, and that should be all she wrote. What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And, Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment. No one shied away from it. They tuned out the crowd, kept their heads, and executed the way they needed to earn that win.
So for Pittsburgh, it'll be a .500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Cleveland,
They also will exit this one at 2-2. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks.
You can't win in the NFL without a capable quarterback, and one team has ensured that their high-end starter is going nowhere.